Today I'm going to be talking to you about the First Amendment rights, and which one of these rights I feel like is most important. So, some people may wonder, what exactly does the First Amendment say? Well, according to the WhiteHouse.gov website, the First Amendment provides that Congress makes no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting its free exercise. It protects freedom of speech, the press, assembly, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. So, what rights are given by the First Amendment? So, you have the freedom of speech. The freedom of speech is what gives us the right to speak out against our government. You have the freedom of the press, and some people may wonder how did the freedom of press come about, or are there restrictions on this freedom? In quotations from one court ruling, the freedom of expression upon public questions is secured by the First Amendment, so that debate on public issues should be uninhibited, robust, and wide open. We also have the freedom of religion. The First Amendment introduced the idea that there didn't have to be a state government, or not a state government, but a state-imposed religion, and that was something that was very beneficial to the Constitution or the Bill of Rights and the government in the United States. And one historian once even said that bold constitutional experiment in granting religious freedom to all remains in place and progress in the United States. You have the freedom of assembly, which is our right to gather in peaceful public protest, rather that be in marches, rallies, or other assemblies. Now, this does not grant the right to riot. We also have the right to petition the government, which is honestly the least known First Amendment freedom. Nevertheless, it is crucial to our democratic republic's form of government. It gives the right to question our government for wrongdoings and ask for corrective action. Some people may wonder, what is the most important right? Well, that is the freedom of speech. And the freedom of speech is the most important right because it gives us the right to say, for the most part, what we would like to say without the need of getting arrested by our government. So, there are several different types of speech allowed. One of those types is symbolic speech, such as flag burning. Texas versus Johnson was the big U.S. Supreme Court case in 1990 that reversed a Texas court's conviction that Johnson broke the law by desecrating or burning the flag. And that case actually invalidated the statutes in Texas and 47 other states that prohibited flag burning. We also have the right to not salute the flag. For example, in the national anthem, you do not have to salute the flag if you don't wish to. That was decided in West Virginia Board of Education versus Burnett in 1943, which declared that the previous ruling in Minersville School District versus Gobatis, which stated that you must salute the flag, was unconstitutional. And finally, at school, in Tinker versus Des Moines, it was stated that constitutional rights do not end when you enter the schoolhouse gates. So, for example, if you want to protest a war effort by wearing something on your arm, you may do so. So, there are some limits on freedom of speech, and it does not give us the right to make or distribute obscene materials. That was came to be in Roth versus United States in 1957. It does not give us the right to burn draft cards as an anti-war protest. That was decided in United States versus O'Brien in 1968. It does not give us the right to incite imminent lawless action. That was decided in Brandenburg versus Ohio in 1969. And it's also not allowed for students to make obscene speech at a school-sponsored event, and that was decided in Bethel School District number 43 versus Frazier in 1986. So, there's people wonder why is the starting limitation and why is it important to have the freedom of speech. So, the freedom of speech grants us many rights to speak freely in the United States. However, it does have its limitations that stem from the SCOTUS case, Schneck versus United States in 1919. And that's what established a clear and present danger test. For example, you cannot shout anything like fire in a crowded theater that would cause mass panic for no reason. Speech gives the American people the power to speak out against our government, and that is very important. And freedom of speech also gives people the comfort knowing they can say what they want without risking persecution like you would in a country like North Korea, where if you said, hey, I don't like the president, oh, you're shot. That doesn't happen in the United States, thankfully.